Debate over health care. The new numbers are out, and the bipartisan Congressional Budget Office predicts 32 million more Americans will be uninsured by 2026 if Obamacare is repealed and not replaced. Now, CBS 2's Randy Paige is live at UCLA with a look at the president's other options. Randy.
Well, Susie, today President Trump was acting much like a determined judge, telling a hung jury, go back in that jury box and don't come out until you have a verdict, or in this case, a bill for him to sign.
But we should repeal and replace, and we shouldn't leave town until this is complete.
And with that, the president went into a lunch meeting with Republican senators and told them to burn the midnight oil and not come up for air until they have a bill ready for him to sign. And if that doesn't work, the president offered this option yesterday.
We'll let Obamacare fail, and then the Democrats are going to come to us and they're going to say, how do we fix it?
So what happens to health care in California if the Affordable Care Act stays in place, but the Trump administration doesn't support it? At UCLA's Healthcare Policy Research Center, Director Gerald Kaminsky says two things will happen. First, the president will likely not enforce the federal mandate that requires people to get health coverage.
If younger, healthier people choose not to buy in the market and are influenced by not having to pay the penalty, then their low costs are taken out of the pool.
And that means the cost of health care premiums and deductibles will likely go up. Professor Kaminsky says the second thing that could happen in California if Obamacare stays in place is President Trump could put an end to a federal program that helps millions of low-income Americans pay their copays and deductibles.
Instead of paying let's say a $20 copayment, you pay a $10 copayment or a $5 copayment. And instead of having a $2,500 deductible, say, you have a $1,200 deductible or an $800 deductible.
President Trump said it's not his fault or the fault of Republicans if his prediction that the Affordable Care Act will fail proves to be true.
We're not going to own it. I'm not going to own it. I can tell you the Republicans are not going to own it.
Even a damaged Affordable Care Act, according to Professor Kaminsky, is better for California than any of the Republican plans that have surfaced so far, because all of those plans call for very large cuts in Medicaid, a program which helps millions of people here in California. Rick?